Blitz 8 High School Football Preview Show with Travis Lee on Channel 8 WNTW.
All right, let's check out some of our top performances from 2021. How about Tegan Pelletier of Oxford Hills? 10 catches, 172 yards, 2 scores in the Class A final. Nick Laughlin of Cape Elizabeth, a rushing TD, 2 receiving touchdowns, a punt return, and 2 interceptions against Westbrook. Keegan Weed, Scarborough, coming off the bench for 200 yards passing, 5 touchdowns, and rushing for 1 in a win over Sanford. South Portland's Jalen Jackson ran for 3 touchdowns, passed for 1, and caught 1 in a win over Biddeford. Noah Carpenter of Levitt, 5 touchdowns, nearly 300 all-purpose yards, and a field goal against Cape. Robert Leveille of Mountain Valley threw for a touchdown, ran for 2, and had 5 picks, including 2 returned for touchdowns in a win over Boothbay. Our top performances from 2021 or 2021, and will we top them in 2022? Time will tell. Now, it's just been over 2 decades since Quentin Porter started his career in the ACC at Boston College. For some, it seemed like his success at a Power 5 school would open doors for the other Maine football talents to earn a look at some big-time programs. Instead, Maine seems to remain in an unrecruited outpost on the Division I college football landscape.
Quentin Porter was a once-in-a-generation talent in Maine. A standout career at Portland High led to a run at Boston College and stints in the NFL and CFL. His opportunity for a Power 5 scholarship came when his father sent out film to D1 schools and invites to camps followed. But as Porter reflects on his recruiting process, he recalls a feeling of being overlooked due to where he lived.
How it turned out for me, luckily, was offers at every one of those camps. And I think back to that and say, like, well, if I had offers at every one of those camps, why were they not recruiting me here before? Why don't I have 10 offers already, you know? And I think that does speak a little bit to how it's hard to get your name out and get known from Maine.
As football players in Maine chase the dream of playing big-time college football, the reality with the sport is there are quantifiable numbers necessary to get you in the door.
You get around and get to these prospect days at different colleges or whatever, and if you have the measurables, then they're going to take a look. And then it's, can you play?
But even for a kid from Maine with those numbers, where you live isn't helping.
We're challenged by our overall population and geography. I mean, if you're from someplace, there are a lot of kids you're going to see before you get to Maine.
Skip Capone is embarking on his 46th season of coaching football. He's seen Maine kids passed over because of where they're from, like former Lewiston All-State back Jared Turcotte.
Guy called, what about this Turcotte? Okay, coach, if you recruit him, he will turn your program around. He's that good. Okay, Skip, talk to the head coach. Head coach, I can't repeat exactly what he said, but basically, I'm not going to recruit a skilled kid from Maine. Now, what does Jared do? Goes up to the University of Maine, and as a redshirt sophomore, is an honorable mention All-American.
Mainers have carved out roles in big-time college football or reached the pros like Porter, but the obstacles and odds they face are enormous. Gorham's Kendrick Ballantyne saw some time with the Ravens out of Northeastern. Fitzpatrick Trophy winner Peter Gwillem of Cheverus won a national title at Ohio State as a walk-on. Enfield's Matt Mulligan went from D3 Husson to the Patriots, and Old Town's Andre Miller appeared to be on the same path before getting injured this preseason with the Giants. Maybe the notion of playing at the highest level for a Maine kid ends up beyond imagination.
If you get offered by Maine and you're a Maine kid, then Maine's pretty good. So they might not try to extend themselves to a Boston College, a Syracuse, Virginia Tech, whatever the case might be on the East Coast. So I think they're pretty happy to get offered by UNH, UMaine, and that's good enough.
Big-time college recruiters didn't flock to Maine after Porter's success, but there was a positive ripple effect.
He did open the door for a lot of quarterbacks, just not at the highest level, right? Like I think if you look across, at least Maine and New Hampshire, there's a lot more quarterbacks from, Maine playing places.
Porter thinks the emergence of players like Cooper Kupp, who don't have elite measurables, is changing minds at the highest level and will lead to philosophical changes at the college game that could help Mainers break through. Still active working with athletes in Maine, when does Quentin Porter think he'll see the next Quentin Porter?
But I don't see anything that's lacking in terms of the talent here, the desire, the folks that want to go out and do it, and then it's about giving them the opportunity and getting some of that visibility for them.
Worth noting, one of the top returners this year, Isaiah Jones of Thornton Academy, transferred out of state to Dutch Fork, a football powerhouse in South Carolina, as he pursues a chance to play college football at the highest level. Class D championship game last year, Foxcroft taking on Winthrop. The Ponies capped a perfect season as they rallied in the fourth quarter to beat the Ramblers 19-16, and the Ponies looking like a tough opponent this year as well. Now, there is no Class D regional champ because there's just one division. Who ends up in the title game? Michael Hoffer from The Forecaster is my sidekick on this excursion here and helping me break down Class D. Michael?
Well, I think you always have to start with the Ponies, right? I mean, they have a lot back. They don't have their quarterback back, but they're going to be right there, I think, in the mix. Certainly have to be viewed as the favorite coming in as the defending champs. Around here, keep an eye on Freeport. I think this is a program that's really taken some big strides. They were competitive in Class C. They moved up to D last year, got to the semifinals and lost to Winthrop. Aiden Heath is back at quarterback, Jordan Knighton at running back. They open up with Lisbon. That's another team that I think is going to very much be in the mix. So that's going to be a very interesting opener to see who comes out of that. But I think Freeport believes that they can compete. They're one of the teams that really has a chance to dethrone Foxcroft Academy.
Lisbon, a team that has a lot of guys that got some experience last year, just a taste of it, might be ready to take the jump this year. And Winthrop with Dom Trotter and some guys back in the tradition that they have, they're going to be in the mix as well. Interesting to note, Lisbon, first time in their history, Friday night football for the Hounds this year at home as they have lights at their field. Going to be something that we'll be looking forward to show you on Blitz 8. So for the best high school football coverage throughout the season, make sure to join us. Blitz 8, 11 o'clock on Friday nights. You gotta be there. Well, Sean Green came to Cape Elizabeth with an impressive coaching resume in the private sector, and his second non-COVID season, he led the Capers to a championship. We went inside the ropes at Cape Camp with Coach Green.
Hey, get them rolling, get them rolling. We need to know our concepts. Run them, everybody, let's go. Danny, let's go. Good. Now, JJ, you caught that at like the LOS. Where do we want to work to here? Yeah, right? Aim your body for what? 2, work to 5. You going dagger? I got you.
Go, let go.
Yes, good spot. Colin Brady, those orange cleats make you look so fast. Hey, hey. You can't just look at the defense and look at your personnel and say, hey, I want to throw to my buddy. You got to make the read. This is the time where we kind of separate the boys from the men, all right? We'll see who's gaining and who's losing, all right? In this program, best 11 play. Senior, freshman, doesn't matter to me. Break us down, baby.
All right, here we go. Cape on me, Cape on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Good job, fellas.
Oh, the best 11 play. You love to hear it, and it was the best 11 last year for Cape Elizabeth as they made history beating Winslow in its first ever state championship. The game was never in doubt as Fitzpatrick Trophy winner Caden McDuffie and company built a 39-0 lead at half on the way to a 53-8 championship win. Now, year in and year out, Class C proves to be the most wide-open class in Maine football. 8 different schools have won it all in the last 10 seasons. Michael Hoffer has seen a lot of those championship games in Class C. Cape is still a contender. They're going to have some challengers, though.
Absolutely they are, but what an amazing season they had last year, and to finally get that elusive gold ball the way they did with a dramatic win at Levitt on the last play of the game and then the dominant victory in the state game. They've reached the pinnacle. They want to stay there. Caden McDuffie is gone. He's playing college football in Louisiana now, but as you mentioned earlier, keep an eye on Nick Laughlin. He's going to score a ton of touchdowns this year, and the Capers are going to be really tough again. But they have a lot of competition, starting with the Levitt team that they barely beat in their epic regional final last year. You know the Hornets, who are always in the mix, are going to want to get back at the Capers and get back. Another team to keep an eye on, Chevrolet, their magical mystery tour. I mean, they were in Class A, they went to Class B, they were an 8-man last year and won the championship. Now they're in Class C, and with Gio St. Ange playing quarterback, Rylan Smith, Matt Fogg, they're going to be in a lot of games too. It's certainly going to be an adjustment moving back to the 11-man. Wells, you can never write off either. A lot of teams to keep an eye on. There's going to be some great games in the weeks to come.
Yeah, Wells, a team that I think Coach Roche likes to fly under the radar, but he's got a pretty good backfield to work with this year in York with Matt Charpentier, maybe one of the top linemen in the state returning. They're going to be able to do some things, and they've looked pretty good in the preseason. And when you're talking about pass rushers, Brett Coburn at Levitt, as good a pass rusher as you're going to find in the state. And Freiburg, you know, the depth in this league is really great, especially in the South, like we're talking about here. Freiburg, a team that certainly could put a scare into some people this fall as well. Michael, thank you for talking Class C football with us. Right now, we're going to go back out to Waterboro, taking a live look at Massabesic and Deering. The football season is underway. 5 Thursday night games tonight as we head into the weekend, this big weekend of high school football. Thanks for joining us on the Blitz 8 preview show. We'll be back to give you our Class A thoughts and some of our top players returning in the state.